Good.
Hey, good call on that. We would have got like 5 hours. And I would have just been like, where's the session, guys?
Okay, now now my phone told me that YouTube told me that you're on.
Okay, there we go. We're going to go back through all of that. Welcome to Ilderon Tales. This is Group 2, Pride and Prudence. Everybody is here tonight. Ramon on Urcus, Jordan on Brock, and Robert on Roman, and JD on Tristan. Everybody else I am currently controlling. When we last left your group off, we had Urcus and Career going to check on one of her contacts, and the rest of the party was headed to the Chantry of Concordance. You guys did some investigating and found out that Krun had a bone with Roman, or at least he thinks he does. That the assassin that was hired by Krun, which was Dagger Dude. Does anybody remember his name? Set the Dagger Dude. I got it right here. Yeah, I was looking through this sheet. Anyways, Set had been hanging out with upper class and doing some jobs for some fancy people in life. And you guys were, I don't remember the exact reason why the party decided to go to the Chantry of Concordance.
That's where his brother is.
And we were waiting for the assassins, and I was bored, and I said I'd just follow Rob as he does his personal story.
Okay. Yes. Tristan, in that time, JD, while you were out, I had him accompany Urcus. Actually, the whole party went to see the assassins, and half the party left early. Tristan and Urcus stayed behind to talk about some personal matters, and I guess that, well, no, it's not a behind closed doors thing that happened. Tristan sought the aid of the assassins to look into the letter he got, and what they are able to do for protecting his wife. He was told that I believe they will take the contract, but they wanted to investigate first. I have to go and look back at that part of the session. But anyways, you can consider Tristan friends with a half-orc named Dove, D-O-V, and a short, angry woman named Moa, M-O-A.
Okay. Isn't that the guy that tricked us in like session 2?
Yes, he was one of the 2 assassins that Career hired.
I don't like that guy. Why would I team up with that guy?
Because he's good at what he does, and if somebody's trying to kidnap Tristan's wife, he'd probably be good at stopping them.
Why would anybody want to kidnap Tristan's wife? He's a random soldier in the army who just happens to have stumbled into this thing that's happening here, and we're not even sure what's happening here. Like...
Tristan has one enemy that hates him to death. Would you like me to remind you who it is, or do you want it to be a surprise?
Brock Lesnar.
Huh?
Sorry.
So what enemy would that be?
Just think about all the people that Tristan has attacked in the capital, and who has lived from his attacks. And, if you don't get it by the end of the session, I'll tell you then.
The only one that I can think of is that doppelganger.
That's the only one you can think of?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just go on with the session then. The 33rd is coming close. But, have you... This is just a personal question, because I just finished watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Have you guys seen Season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Nope.
No.
I've also not seen any of the other seasons.
There is this just great moment where this villain has been plotting against Agent Coulson, who's the main character, like all season long, and he's like, everything's led up to this moment, and he finally gets like Coulson tricked into his trap, and the villain, lets out this long speech, and he's walking around, he's like, I can't wait to crack your skull. And Agent Coulson's like, who are you? I've never seen you before in my life. And he's like, wait, you don't remember me? You killed my friends in Russia. And Coulson's like, you know what? It happens on the job. I'm just going to have my team take you out now. Have a good day. But it's a really great moment. And villain comes back around. Well-written season. I suggest it. But anyways, I imagine this is going to be a lot like that. Like, this guy's master plan goes off, and he's like, ha! Now what do you have to say for yourself, Tristan? Who are you? But yeah, we're going to pick up. You guys want to start with the party?
The only other person that seems like they might have a motive would be Draylon Madison in my notes. So if it's not him, then it's got to be somebody that isn't in my notes and therefore wasn't important enough to take note of anyway.
Yeah, there you go. You guys want to start with the party, or you guys want to start with Urkus?
I say the party.
Sure. Let's go knock some heads at the air temple.
Alrighty. So yeah, the Chantry of Concordance is not hard to find. It is in section of town that is you guys have been there before. I don't remember if I described the building when you guys were last there, but you do generally know your way around. Who are you looking for in the temple? Or in the Chantry?
The Ocular.
The Ocular.
Okay. And that is Ocular Atticlin. And you guys are aware because of, I believe, Career and Ingolian told you, Krun Atticlon is not the Ocular here, right?
Yeah, this is his brother.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are led to his office, and he is not there, but the Sagite leading you informs you that he'll be returning shortly. He was in a meeting with other members of the Chantry.
Alright, we will wait here in his office then.
They leave you. They don't open the office door for you. They actually leave you in front of the office.
Do they leave us in front of the office?
Like, are we unsupervised?
Brendan, can you hear us?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you. Can you hear? Or
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay. Did they leave us unsupervised in front of his office?
Generally unsupervised. This part of the Chantry is a large spiraling stone tower, so there's a large circular hallway outside. People are moving through the Chantry, but they don't seem concerned with you.
Alright. Can we listen to see if there's anyone inside his office?
Roll me a perception check. Or actually, with your passive perception, you don't hear anyone.
I'm,
by the way,
like,
you
actively
have...
putting my ear to my door.
You guys, which NPCs do you have with you? You have just Jessica and Aaron?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making
I should have asked how Aaron did with my sock drawer.
It is the best organized sock drawer that you have ever seen.
Good. Alright, but I'm like actively going to put my ear to the door, so I'm going to roll a perception check.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Oh man, Aaron's just been chilling on the the screen all night, so we're just gonna go ahead and close that.
I liked it.
You rolled a 15. Yeah, you don't hear anybody inside.
Okay. I tried the door to see if it's unlocked.
Okay. am just checking my notes, and I actually didn't have the chantry placed inside the city, so I'm just making it now. You guys are in a section of town known as Arigard. It is near the palace, well, it's within the palace district. And the Chantry of Concordance is there. This is important just for my notes keeping, in case you guys cross a path at any other time, then, you know, I'll be able to point it out in other groups. It's like, oh yeah, you see this group of well-looking foreign individuals. But anyways, you are trying to get inside of the office?
Well, I'm like turning the doorknob to see if it's locked.
Okay,
I'm not like actively trying to bust it down or anything.
It is unlocked.
Well, then, yeah. I say I'm just going to open the door and go, look, it's unlocked. Let's go inside.
The rest of the party follow Brock inside?
Do you think that's wise? I mean, I'm already pissed off one member of the family.
Well, you can look for information inside his office to where Krun is. Krun might be inside his office and being quiet. He is his brother.
Fine, but I'm going to blame it all on you when we get in trouble.
I just want you to know, officer, I had no idea what was going on here. That just convincing lie.
You could roll deception and see if that works.
I mean, you've already opened the door.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was unlocked. And if someone asked us exactly what I'm going to tell them, I assumed that we can go in. It was unlocked.
Yeah. After you.
Alright. I'm going inside.
Okay. The walking inside, the office looks the same. For an ocular, by the way, is one step under the Eye of the Chantry. To kind of explain the order, think of this kind of as the ocular would be the mayor, and the Eye of the Chantry would be the governor, and the ascended god would be like the president. So right now, you guys are in Montgomery, and you're in Mayor Todd Strange's office. Just to put into perspective, like, what you're seeing. But anyways, the office looks exactly the same as the last time you were here. There is an open book on his desk, next to a stack of parchment. And then, also, of course, he has the whole back of his office lined and filled with bookshelves filled with books.
Well, seeing as there's a book that's wide open that says, read me, I wanted to go over to his desk and see what he was looking at.
It is...
Books as opposed to what?
Wait, say it one more time, JD?
It's filled with books as opposed to what?
Well, sometimes, you know, people might keep potions on a shelf or, like, other little medicinal things, trinkets, knickknacks, trophies. I mean, it's not uncommon things to have in your office.
Sure, but the implication there is that it could be filled by bottles or whatnot.
Oh, okay. Well, just in this religion, it's very popular to keep journals and record your travels and share them. So, This man is well traveled from like just the look of his office. There are probably a good 4 shelves just devoted to journals that look handwritten. The rest of them seem to be like heavy tomes. Brock looks at the book on the table. Closing the cover of it and looking at it, it is entitled A Century's Reflection. And it is written by a scholar by the name of Dilo and Rona.
Okay, what page did he have it open on? What was the content on that page?
Nondescript, page number 4. No, but, it was, the whole book itself, basically examines how the world has changed, since the Ascended, since the first Ascended, became a god. And the page that he was looking at was the part of the book he was looking at was an examination of wars in the Ascended era compared to the wars of the Waking era.
Okay.
And just well, I mean, you'd probably have to read the book for more information on that, but at this point, did you guys close the door behind you?
Well, I was not the last one in, so whoever was the last one in should be asked that question.
I'm gonna roll an evens or odds check for Aaron. He's the lowest social class for you. Evens he does, odds he didn't. The door is open.
I'm assuming he was a good slave.
Yeah. I guess anybody with over a 14 in perception would notice somebody walking into the door at this point. Which would primarily be, I guess, Jessica and Tristan.
I'm 16.
Oh, and Roman.
I'm very perceptive.
So, did anybody notice somebody walking in? Because I didn't.
Yeah, as you guys stand there looking over the desk at the book, you hear a voice from behind you say, if you're that interested in her writings, I can teach you. But I have to charge. No, I'm kidding.
I have a slave.
Anybody who turns around notices the ocular.
Why, hello there. Thank you for sending Effie to help us.
He nods and says, I hope she was of use, but, I haven't heard back from her in some time. I can only imagine she's engaged in whatever she's investigating. But I expect nonetheless from Dila's apprentice.
She has definitely been of great assistance.
And he walks around you to his desk and closes the book and places it on the shelf. Back to where it seems to belong being filed. And he turns and says, have you made any headway on that list? Those Earthfire weapons?
Little, but no significant advances yet. Other than we may know the location of one weapon on the list.
He says, and are they just well-crafted blades, or?
No, they seem to be made out of the Earthfires from the Ascended, when they ascended.
He nods and says, yes, but what are they capable of?
Typical stuff: immortality, rending one's soul from their bodies, this, that, and the other.
He nods and says, "Well, if there's anything I can do to help out, I've tried to do what I can in between my duties. Also, if you want to meet with me next time, send word in advance. It was very lucky you caught me in between events."
I'm sorry, but we had a friend recently that seems to have an issue with your brother.
He shakes his head and says, "You're not the only one. Krun leaves a path of the unfavored behind him." He says, "Does he owe you some gold? I would be happy to pay his debt."
Well, I think my friend Roman would like to get into a more detailed explanation because I'm not 100% sure.
Your brother had to be kidnapped.
He goes wide-eyed at that and says, "I can't wholeheartedly believe that."
I have it on good authority.
He says, "And the authority of your word versus his? I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding. I can call him here and we can sort this out."
That would be lovely.
He nods and says, "I will meet with him at his house tonight, and I'll talk to him and come back to my office tomorrow."
How do we know that he won't hightail it out of here once he finds out that my friend's looking for him?
The Ocular shakes his head and says, "My brother's a troubled man, but he's a good man."
From what I've heard, he is not a very good man. Like, no offense. Are you sure you're just not letting him be family blind you from who he truly is?
When Brock says that, just even just the mildest amount of insight on a 2, Brock would notice just like a ting of frustration, just kind of twitch in the Ocular's face, and he says, "You don't understand him. You don't understand what we've been through." It's a very bold claim to make about somebody. Just talk it out with him, and you'll see. If there's nothing else I can help you with today, then I think you should all be going.
What time tomorrow?
He says, "First thing in the morning good with you? Or is there a place I can meet you today?"
Wait, I thought he was going to go see his brother tonight.
He nods and says, "But if you're going about the town slandering his name, if I can secure the meeting, I will simply just give him your location."
Well,
Given our accusations and what we at least believe him to be capable of, I'd rather him not be on our turf, so to speak.
well, I mean, we could go to that. What was the name of the bar that we went to?
Sa-Urcha?
Yes, Archa.
Does Brock suggest that?
Yeah.
he says, "Very well, Sir Urcha tonight."
We will be waiting.
And today is first day? Alright. I gotta actually take note of this.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think if we met him on the second day, we'd have backup.
No, I had... Because there is a weekly meetup of the Dorai there. Just had to make sure you guys weren't interrupting their bingo night. He says, "Well, I will see if I can rearrange my schedule and secure that meeting tonight." And he's going to look at Roman and say, "When you say kidnap," he's asking you a question.
Yes, kidnapped. Also potentially assassinated.
No, assassins, dungeons, handcuffs, the whole 9 yards.
I was referencing our new friend, Seth.
The Ocular bites his lip and shakes his head and says, "My brother doesn't do things without good reason. I'm sure this is a misunderstanding."
Well, we'll clear it up tonight.
He nods and then gestures towards the door.
Well, I guess we all go.
Thank you for your time.
He stops Roman as he's leaving and says, "I don't believe we've met before." And he extends his hand and says, "Kiris Ataclon."
Roman Drake. Shake his hand.
Alrighty.
I was not sure whether you wanted to be a complete asshole just because he's related or not. And I was like, I still kind of like this dude because he gave us Effie. Like, I understand I hit a nerve, but I understand I hit a nerve with him when I said, isn't family getting in the way of what you're saying? But I was being straight with him. Alright, so we leave.
Alrighty. Where do you guys go from there?
Good question.
Did Urkus tell us anything when we met up with Career?
From what I believe,
I didn't say anything.
yeah, Urkus didn't say not a thing about Makana, I remember.
I want to say he gave us the update about Seth.
Yeah, he told you that Moa, or rather that a second assassin had to get involved in, or no, you guys did meet Moa. No, you guys didn't meet Moa. Only Tristan and, Urkus met Moa. Yeah, he told you another assassin had to help out with, Moa, and I think that was it. Or had to help out with Seth, and that was it.
Yeah, and the price increased because of that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you guys can head to Sarcha and just drink yourselves to death.
Down some drinks.
Anyways, so we're gonna jump. So that's where the party's going.
Is that where the party's going?
I mean, I have nowhere else to go. I can't think of anything else that I need to do during the day. So yeah, go there, hit on some women at the bar, figure out which one's hot.
At least, let Urkus know what we're up to somehow.
You know what? I will go. Let's go back to Alshin Doris's place first, and I'm going to leave a note for Career, letting her know what we're doing, and so that she can let Urkus know.
Okay, we're going to hop over to Urkus. You and Career walk towards the forge ring. The whole time walking there, Career seems kind of nervous and on edge about your business.
She's nervous at my presence.
Not at your presence, but just I guess Urkus really wouldn't know what she's nervous at. He just kind of picks up that she's not in an easy state right now.
Alright,
would he comment on it at all, or would he just keep trailing her?
I'll
Walking
comment
with
on
her.
Yeah, I'll comment and ask her if everything's alright.
She's just gonna nod and she says, "Yeah, everything's fine. I believe."
You believe?
And she turns her head to Urkus, biting her lip, and says, "Well, when you do something, never mind. Everything's fine."
I won't pry too much into your business, but I'm assuming it's because of what you were asked to do, and just tell me if nod your head if I'm right or wrong, and you're feeling that you might get in trouble because of it, or it might lead back to you and essentially bite you in the ass.
She nods and says, I don't really do illegal business. I mean, when I really want something, then I can find myself acting like this. But when I'm doing it for somebody else, I don't want to spend my days in a dungeon because somebody else was too stupid to get themselves out of a situation. It's done, it's done, it's done. All we have to do now is go tell him it's done and our hands are clean of this.
Hopefully you never have to be involved in something like this again.
She nods and says, I've hoped that's true, but part of me can't help but shake the feeling that now he knows he can call on me.
Alright. Alright, I'll just nod and just keep following.
Alright, she leads you to the forge ring. Not this time to the plaza of entertaining blacksmiths, but instead to a shop called the Chop and Shop.
Best place again.
Yeah. Wait, has anybody from this group been here?
I think we have, or seen it. The name sounds familiar.
They think.
Oh, you guys have heard the name before. Definitely.
Oh yeah, we made a whole fun of the name.
We did.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. Do you guys have notes of where you heard the name before?
Let me see.
I just remembered we like the Chop and Shop, and then we were like.
For those the ironic name thing.
Yeah.
Like the Stab Slab, we have cooking tray.
Because I know where you guys heard the name from. I'm just trying to see if I dropped the name any place else.
It's the place what, Bracket?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember the
that-
second place I dropped the name. Ingolian went here.
Oh, that's...
Yeah,
Oh,
Ingolian
yeah.
went here to meet with Fractus Bahair. There's another time you guys heard this name too, but the only person who has it in their notes is no longer part of the group. And that's not Engolian. That was Elias.
Oh.
Stupid rogue elves. Ain't trusting for shit.
Anyways, yeah. Career walks inside, and inside she is able to meet with Fractus. In this shop, once again, it's on the ring of the Forge district, closer to the pavilions, but it's where those are normally shops that are set up every day with tents and rolled up carts, and sometimes blacksmiths coming out to set up for the day and entertain the crowds. This is an actual like wooden built building that stays here day in, day out. On the walls are specifically axes, battle axes, and occasionally a polearm like a glaive or a halberd. Anyways, you are able to meet with Fractus here. Career walks in and puts an empty bag on the counter. Fractus turns from polishing an axe to see her, and she just claims quickly, "It's done." Fractus stands up and says, "Ah, that a girl!" And she shakes her head and says, "Don't that a girl me. Don't ask me to do this again." He nods and then gestures pretty widely for a hug. Career shakes her head, almost with... Urkus can see just the venom in her stare at Fractus as he opens up for this big bear hug. And she just looks at him and says, "What are you doing?" "No, I'm done. I'm gone. Let's go, Urkus." And she heads out the door.
Okay, I will nod at him and then be on my way.
He offers you a hug too.
Well,
I'm not a hugging person.
I'm glad he offered Urkus a hug, because I was getting a whole lot of NTR feeling from that, and I did not want to see that happen.
Mr. Studio Girl.
Mrs. Studio Girl! If anything, and this would just be, I guess, general conversation that Urkus can pick up from Career on their walk back. If anything, Fractus would kind of more be the father figure she never wanted.
Does it mean it can't be Mr. Studio Girl?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. The creepy Mr. Studio Girl.
I've seen enough hentai to know where it could go.
Walking out... What's Urkus's passive perception?
Pull that back up.
More than 11.
More than 11, yes. 11.5. No, it's 16.
16! Good lord! Why he got that?
He's an elf.
Anyways...
I've seen things.
Yeah, you walk out behind Career. She, as immediately once she gets outside, she runs her hand through her hair, just like moving the back of it up, and just lets out a deep, deep breath, like, just the biggest sigh of relief. Urkus notices, as she does that, whoa, there are more scales on her neck than there used to be.
I will keep quiet about that for now, as we are in a public place.
You guys head back to the house?
I'm with
Yeah,
Irkus, right?
Say it again?
I'm curious.
Tristan is with Irkus, right?
No, I think
don't know.
Tristan was with the... No, actually, we didn't decide where Tristan was going. I assumed he went with the party to talk to the sage. But that was the end of
Okay.
was the end of last session. We made that decision. So if you wanted to have traveled with Urkus, that is something I will allow because you weren't there to make that decision.
Okay. Yeah, I probably would have been with the party then.
Okay. Yeah. Urkus returns to the manor.
Okay, since we returned to the manor, I will bring that up.
Yeah. And this would probably be right before nightfall, about the time everybody's getting here. Maybe what, 3:30, 4 o'clock ish. Everybody meets up at the manor.
I guess.
Sure.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. By the way, the time frame in the world, you guys are headed towards the winter solstice. The
Okay,
moon
that
season ends on the shortest day of the year, and the sun season starts when sunlight starts growing again. So, the first of the year is the solstice.
Okay, so when we make it back, is everyone else also there, or are they still on their way coming back?
From the time and places you guys have to walk, I'm just gonna roll for ease's sake. You guys meet up as like Brock would be handing off the letter to the servants.
Ah, okay.
Because you guys both kind of went equidistance. Well, actually, the party went further from the house than Urkus, and then back to the house. But the thing is, you guys were already on that side of town. So the party got to their location quicker and then went to the house. Urkus took longer to get to his location, but the house is closer to where he was. So you guys meet up at generally the same time.
Okay. I guess then, as we're approaching the house, I'll bring up to Career that I couldn't help but notice that she seemed to have some extra scales on the back there. Like, not out loud, but I kind of like say it kind of hushed.
You say that to the party or to Career?
No, to Career.
Yeah. She's gonna pick up her hair and like turn around and try and look at it, and not be able to see behind her back, and instead just run her hand up her neck and say, "Huh, looky there."
Well, what do you know?
Yeah. And she was like, "Well,
Yeah.
fire spawn blood runs in my family, but it was centuries ago."
Huh. Interesting.
She holds up her hair for Urkus and says, "I've always felt them, but they've been pink and unnoticeable. These feel harder. Are they colored?"
Do I notice them being colored?
They are black.
Okay, yeah, I'll inform them. Yeah, they're rather noticeable now, blackish in color.
She swallows a lump in her throat and says, "Oh, okay. Thank you." And lets her hair back down, making sure it falls over her back.
Because if there's two types of beings in this world who are easily kidnapped and sold off into slavery in this town,
Yeah.
they are elves and fire.
Guess what she is?
She is a half-elf
Double
with
up.
draconic origins.
Double up. I guess at this point we meet up the party. We meet up with the party, or as Brock is leaving the note, right?
Yeah, you guys would come into the main event hall and see the party talking to servants.
Do I notice them coming in?
I mean, it's your wife. She commands a room. It's high nobility you're talking to. Of course you notice her.
Also, Jasenko would probably notice her.
Yeah. If Jasenko's with Tristan, she tugs on Tristan's chainmail and says, "Hey, Urkus is here."
Oh, well, I guess we don't need this note then. Darn. And I crumble it up. So I walk over to Urkus and Korea and go, "Hi, hon. So, we are about to go talk to the Wind Ocular's brother about Roman's issues. Wondering if you wanted to come along."
She looks at Roman and says, "So you've decided to talk to him? That's an improvement from killing him."
Well, yeah.
And she says this to Roman, by the way. Wait, what did you say, Jordan? Or, Robert?
I've, had a lot of time to think about it while we waited for the ocular.
She nods and says, and she trails off. She looks lost in thought.
Everybody's at an awkward silence right here. It's like, I would like to talk this out because I don't want to lose Effie's help. Because Effie is really reliable. On that note...
And this is just something you guys notice. She said that like she was about to suggest something. And then she just kind of stopped. Urkus can roll insight on it if he wants, as Urkus would probably have advantage on that.
Where is that? There it is. Insight.
What you get?
11.
You got 14.
Yeah. Advantage. Never mind.
Urkus would know before Career was gung-ho about Roman hiring assassins to handle it for her, or rather handle the ocular, handle Crun Ataclon for him, and now maybe going through what she's just been through, she's a little bit more hesitant to suggest illegal means to solve problems.
Well, there still may be illegal means to solve problems. It's just that I, for one, don't want this relationship to end poorly. But if it turns out that, Crun's a dick, I'm not going to stop Roman from knocking his cloth up clean.
I mean, I only intend to trim one portion of the Ataclon family tree tonight.
Okay, so I'll ask, so you guys are just meeting with Crun somewhere?
No, we're going to meet him at the bar we met everybody else at. The one with the doppelganger and the doppelganger's wife, fiance, girlfriend.
Oh, where you got Aaron from. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where we met Aaron. Aaron remembers that day, right, Aaron?
Aaron nods and says, "It's been the best day of being a slave so far." From Aaron's world, he went from getting tortured to having to sort socks. He's happy.
We'll see how that goes.
Speaking of which, Aaron, can you organize my underwear drawer next?
He says, "You got it, boss." He says, "Do you want those by shape or by color?"
Both.
He nods and heads upstairs.
And remember, if they have holes in it, to throw them away and replace them.
He says, "I'll sew them up."
Making good use of that slave there, Brock.
I turn to Career and go, "You know what? It was an accident, but that was probably the best slave I will ever have."
Yeah, Career shakes her head and says, "I've never approved of slavery. That's just something the Ruby Shadows pushed on everyone."
Well, if you want, you can give him an allowance. That way, it's not slavery, more as a servant.
She nods and says, I actually would like that. How much do hirelings make? 1 silver a day? 5 No, he's an unskilled laborer, so he's like 5 copper a day.
Damn unskilled labor.
I mean, I make his wages silver just to make him super happy.
She is going to hire him. So, Career has 2 hirelings now. Like husband, like wife.
Okay. And I'll ask them, will the ocular also be there, or is it just Krun?
You know, he was very vague on that part. I'm hoping it's just Krun, but if the ocular's there, we're going to have to be on a little bit nicer terms.
You know, punch away from him. More hooks than jabs.
Are you guys expecting an ambush or something? I hope not.
No, we're expecting a brawl. I'm expecting a brawl.
I mean, ambush. An ambush is just a brawl you weren't expecting.
It's like a surprise party.
I mean, I made the questionable decision of giving the ocular my name, so Kron knows who he's leading. And we've already seen how my meetings with that man go in general. They include a kidnapping and potentially a stabbing.
Do you guys thought about this? Do either of you, or does any of us know what he even looks like?
Punchable?
Roman would have a good idea of what he looks like, as he did talk to Krun before getting hired onto one of his ships. Krun had a pretty lengthy interview process.
Why are all our names I suck?
You just noticed that?
Yeah.
Been there a while. Maybe we should change your name to get good.
But yeah, so untrained hirelings, 2 silver pieces a day.
Okay.
So is Aaron like officially like a free person, or is he?
I didn't give him clothes.
Yeah, I was about to say he has a slave collar on. His slave collar can only be removed by the council that handles that thing, or the person who put it on.
Oh, that was not me.
Yeah. So if
proper legal channels.
yeah, if Brock feels
Bullshit.
that he
I straight
has,
up through.
if Brock feels he has sufficiently paid his debt, Brock can submit paperwork to have him freed.
How much debt was he in?
You
know
guys
what? No,
don't know that.
You know what? I'm just going to let Aaron save up his own money to get himself free. He has an allowance now.
Ooh, 2 silver pieces a day, man. He's gonna be free in no time.
I am for like 100 gold.
Fuck if I remember. That's water under the bridge. No, it's not water under the bridge. I'm still pissed off at that. I'm pissed off at Aaron for it, though.
Let's hope we don't run into him again here at this bar.
Again.
Alright,
anyways.
so you guys headed to Sar Urcha?
Yep.
Well, I'll join them. Or she just...
I did extend an invitation to
Right.
career.
Career would actually nod and say, "Ooh, I like that place. I will go." And she says, "1 sec, I'm gonna go put on a nice dress."
Be careful not to lose your money at the poker tables again, hon. And I will be careful not to buy another slave that's as good as Aaron.
Yeah, she looks back and rolls her eyes. Yeah, but after a few minutes, Career is ready to head out, along with the rest of the party. You guys go to Sarurcha?
Sure. Just tagging along.
Okay. Sarurcha is in the Palace District. It is a little bit ways from you guys, so you will have to prepare for, the cold weather of the night. Otherwise, though, yeah, you're able to make it there. Inside the tavern, it is a 3-story affair. Of course, the top floor being the one that with the private rooms that you guys rented out before. The second floor being the open floor that looks down on the first floor. And the first floor being a large open space with performers in the middle, and a kitchen with waiters delivering food, and of course, a bartender. Tonight, it is not eerily empty, but rented out. Downstairs there are 2 bards playing string instruments, and 2 men sitting at a table in the center of the room. They are playing the Reigns of Castamere.
Do we recognize the 2 people?
Yeah, you guys recognize one of them as Acular Ataclon. Krun. Roman would recognize the other one as Krun Ataclon.
Anybody else not comfortable with the scenario we just walked into?
Right, we got 2 bards and 2 dudes. That's only 4 people plus the owner and the waitresses.
There are 2 people you can see.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay with this.
Can I look around to see if I see anybody else from where I'm at, from the entrance? Or as we make our way there?
Yeah, you can.
Perception, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, I guess if you're doing it, I gotta do it for Jessica too.
I got a 15.
You got a 15. Jessica has a passive of 19. Do I even want to bother rolling for her? Yeah, I guess she'd be on edge with you guys too.
My passive is better than what I rolled.
My passive is a 16. My passive is technically a 21.
Her check is 9 plus 14 is 23? Yeah, 23. Jessica is Jessica, of course. She doesn't say anything. Anyways, Urkis, what'd you roll? A 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
You don't notice anyone else in there.
Okay.
So wait, are we in the building? Can I roll a perception check?
You can.
Yep, that went well.
I'm going to assume that nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Huck's not a wise man.
I guess I'm gonna renege on that. And just because of how decent Urkis rolled, Urkis notices Jessica looking upwards, towards the second floor, before finally returning her attention to the two men and the 2 bards here.
Okay, I guess I'll look up too and see if I can see what she saw, her special eyes.
Look, With your special eyes. Up top, Urka sees his brand.
You look in the mirror, you see what you saw, you take the saw.
Urka sees his brand upstairs. No, Urka sees a waiter coming down the stairs. However, all the tables near the edge of the second floor of the open railing, Urkus doesn't see anybody there.
Okay. And let me see. I might have misheard. You said there's only essentially 4 or 5 people right now here on the first floor, not counting us.
Yes.
Okay, and it sounds essentially quiet, right?
Yeah.
Except for the bards playing.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
All right. So, you guys walk up to the ocular.
Yep.
Walking in front of you, Career steps forward, and the ocular stands and looks to her and gives her a hug. She says, "Kiris, how are the new statues there? I gotta say, it was hard finding people who could work stone, like we have back in Ililnagai here, but I think they turned out really nice." Kiris nods and says, "Galesong has never looked finer before. I appreciate all the hard work you've been doing for the Chantry's career." He brushes himself off, then looks to the rest of the party and says, "This is my brother, Krun." The man sitting down has most of his attention focused on the 2 bards before he turns and says, "Oh, yes, of course. Krun Ataclon." He turns and shakes any hands extended to him eagerly.
I shake a hand.
I'll go ahead and shake his hand.
I look disapprovingly.
You don't shake his hand?
No. Like, I'm with Roman. He sounds kind of like a dick.
Yeah. He looks at you and says, "Well, my brother says your friend here was kidnapped by me? It's just not the case."
Then, well, you explain what happened.
He gestures to him and says, I've seen your face before. Yes, I interviewed you." And he perks up a finger. Did we ever name the boat Roman was on?
You know, I think we did, but I don't think it.
Alright, I am going to roll you a random one. Unless... Let's see. I normally keep this site open. I'm actually going to name it myself. It is... Name the Milbahar. 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 He snaps his finger and says, "You were on the Milbahar, were you not?"
That I was. First mate.
He nods and says, "Yep. There was a mutiny on that ship a week or 2 ago. I haven't had contact with it. It's been sailing under its own orders.
Is it now?
He nods and says, "I've hired the vessels, and I let the captains do as they will with them. It's my job to get the contracts. Roman, just from once again, he had a lengthy interview process with this guy. Just from like how much information the guy had gathered about Roman before hiring him, doesn't feel as though he's that hands off."
So you don't know at all where my former ship is?
He shakes his head and says, no, that's not the case at all. I sunk it. It's at the bottom of the bay.
Seems to be aggressive.
He nods and says, "I don't like people who steal from me."
That makes a lot of sense.
And he says, "And we can't just have we can't have river pirates going up and down Sumia. Not this close to the capital." It was a move done with the best of intentions. What the crew did to you, I apologize for. You can.
Roll an insight to see if he's bullshitting something. Well, I can't figure out anything.
I'm the one with the best interest in.
You feel like, there is a web to his words. Some things are true, some things aren't. It's hard to discern what, though. They're all just kind of sticking together. Yeah, you guys have not heard of the Milbahar sailing since Krun's been with you. Like, I imagine the conversation's been, "Oh, you're a sailor on what ship? That ship. Ah. Oh, okay." If any at all. He looks to the Ocular and says, "That all the questions these men had, Curious?" And he nods, and the Ocular stands up and nods and says, "See, I told you, it was just a misunderstanding." And he puts his arm around Krun and knocks him on the head once with his fist, like softly, and says, "I told you, little brother, you gotta watch who you hire on those ships." He nods and says, "Yeah, I'll be a little bit more careful about it next time." As he says that, he looks at Roman.
Oh, yes, Brandon. I wanted to roll insight on the last thing he said before.
About the ship being sunk?
Yeah.
You can. 17? Yeah, you, just from your walks in the, docks, and the time you've been in town, you have not seen the ship since. However, when you were last on it, it was not sunk, but of course, that was when you were still conscious.
Was there a mutiny on, I can't ask this. But...
Yeah. And this is just Roman's knowledge, he doesn't recall a mutiny. He was the first mate after all.
Well,
going by the backstory, if there was a mutiny, it was a one-man mutiny, and me. So let's look at Ron. Strange. I don't recall a mutiny, at least when I left.
Kron, who is under the arm of his brother, extends his knuckled hand to your face, or rather to your head, and runs it through your hair, and says, "First you were kidnapped, and now you left." And he laughs and says, "Maybe this one was hit on the head."
Deep breath. Deep breath.
It went noted in. No, I feel like he has more. I feel like my friend has more of a reason to believe that there was no mutiny. He knew the people on the ship a lot better than you did. So what really went on?
Or rather, Krun looks at you and says, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm going to pull him in close, and as an intimidation, I'm going to say, "Look, your words don't make any sense to me right now. There's something about it that just doesn't seem right. Now be straight with us and tell us what actually happened and why you decided it was a good idea to kidnap this guy."
Okay, roll that intimidation with disadvantage. Mostly because as you go to do that, Career puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Brock."
I rolled a 19 with disadvantage.
Okay. You feel Krun begin to quiver a little bit in your grip. And he pushes his hand, or your hand, off of him, and says, "You know what? I'll make up for it. Tonight, everybody drinks and eats on me." He says, "I've rented out this whole place. Enjoy it."
I feel like you're avoiding the question here.
Oh, he is avoiding the question.
He looks...
Just be straight with us. What happened? Why did you kidnap him? Or why did you have someone kidnap him?
He looks to...
now at the bottom of the ocean.
He looks to his brother and says, I've told you what I believe to be true.
Insight.
Go ahead and roll it."
I rolled a 16.
Oh, you rolled a 16?
Yep.
Let me.
The sincerity he's sharing between his brother, it seems that he cares.
Yeah, no, I just have 8 points more in insight than you do.
Right? Right?
It seems that he cares a lot.
8!
About what his brother thinks of him. It seems sincere. It doesn't seem like he'd lie to you in his brother's presence.
Alright.
The Ocular says, "Well, if that's everything,
Well,
I don't know if there's any more that he can help you with."
I got one more question then. If he didn't do it, why was his name given out of everybody else in town?
He says, "Easy, because I own the ship that it happened aboard. And that is my fault for security reasons and letting someone slip through the cracks that shouldn't have."
So,
There's a ring of honesty to his words as he says that. I'm not gonna allow anything. I'm just gonna say once again, as he says that, he looks to Roman. And he nods and says, "I can assure you it won't happen again."
There is one more thing that's left unsettled.
Oh yeah, I got You have a new worker. His name's Seth.
He says, once again, a lot of names I deal with every day. You're gonna have to be more specific.
He'd be a recent hire.
Came into some money really fast. Has sharp, pointy objects he likes to keep on at all times. Very expensive poisons for some reason.
Spend some time in the illegal fight ring by the dock.
The Ocular says, first you accuse him of kidnapping, now you're accusing him of assassins. If you were kidnapped by him, why wouldn't he have just killed you when he had you kidnapped?
That's the one thing I want answered.
The Krun says, see, that's a great question too.
But you don't seem to know of my my friend Seth.
He shakes his head and says, never heard of him. And once again, it says, trust me, if I wanted you dead, there'd be no questions about it.
That's better.
His brother looks at him as he says that, and the man shakes his head and says, "But I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't." And he says, "Curious, you just know I have the funds to." His brother nods with kind of a shaky agreement.
So did Tristan notice anything from that exchange?
Oh, wait. Tristan insights there? Oh, okay, wait.
24.
I see it. What statement were you inciting?
The statement of, if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. But I wouldn't, obviously.
Does he really want him dead?
So, yeah, Tristan... Tristan insights that statement and kind of looks over the man's body language as he's communicating this. There's no break in his demeanor from his earnesty, from what Tristan can notice. That statement rings true with Tristan.
Man, this guy's a great liar. I got the wrong dude.
Does Roman say that out loud?
No. So, I do have one other question. Why did you buy out this entire place?
He says, well, you were accusing me of some pretty slanderous things. It's not the type of things I want others overhearing.
We could have done this in the private room, though. Why did you buy out the entire place? Because
he could.
He holds a hand up to Brock, just like kind of presenting his statement on a platter. If you ever seen the Will Smith meme presenting Jada Pinkett on the red carpet, it's just that.
Trust me, wealthy families know how to throw money around.
I guess that's kind of my point. You guys don't, but you don't tend to do it exactly. It's either frivolous to a fault or to make a point. So what are you?
Frivolous to a fault.
Frivolous to a fault, or do you want to make a point, Ron?
He said, or he's going to respond to that by saying, "I've always been one to make a point."
And what point is that? That's frivolous, though, Jordan. Throwing your money around you. I mean, I guess the point is that I'm frivolous.
No, well, he has the money. If he wanted to kill you, you'd be dead.
He says, "You should listen to your friend. He's a very wise individual."
Man,
Thank you.
Ron's
Thank
your
you.
best friend now.
I mean, he got brownie points.
Well, since we're making points about the only reason you're still standing is because I don't want your blood on your brother's clothes.
Whew! Roman says that to him?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Well, we're not talking our way out of this one.
Fuck.
Yeah, the Ocular is gonna step forward and say, "Whoa, Roman. That's too far."
I'm going to stay back and facepalm myself.
He, Krun, pops his collar, just in that way that of, taking his heavy winter clothes and just, kind of snapping them, and says, "Well, if we're done here, I don't believe I want to enjoy the evening with you all. However, once again, my offer stands. Whatever you eat and drink on the bar is on my tab." He nods and nods to everybody and says, "Curious, career, greeting only them." Oh, actually, he greet Brock too and says, "Brock," nodding to him and heads towards the door. Before he leaves, he turns and says, "If you ever want to try those fists, you can find me at my estate, and I'll be happy to step into the ring with you." He's gonna leave.
I'm going to let him leave.
The Ocular shakes his head and says, our business is, from here out, strictly business. We investigate the matters of Elshindoris, and that is it. You can't go around accusing my brother of such things, clearly even if he didn't do them.
We were just following names. That was the name we had.
He says,
And everything seemed to be connected too.
He says, "Well, that's something very dense to say." He shakes his head at Roman, and then once again turns to Career, greeting her first, and says, "Career, our contract, of course, still stands. But if you'll excuse me, I've never been one for drink." And he's gonna start walking towards the door.
I don't intend to stop him.
Yeah, I don't like if anyone was going to stop him right now. Wasn't me. All right, so that night's done. Oh wait, I do have a thing. before I forgot his name leaves.
Curious?
Yeah, before Curious leaves. I told him to go, one more thing. Can you get your brother to look up information on his hire set? I'm sure he has papers from the interview process.
Man,
Pretty please.
Possibly
that is a heck of a question. Hey, we just accused your brother of attempted murder and kidnapping.
And threatened him with his own life.
Yeah,
Well,
and threatened him. But can you help us out?
I can't roll persuasion.
I mean, I don't
Do
even
roll
know if...
persuasion?
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion, but, like, I don't even know if I have, like, a real-world analogy to, like, how that is. Like,
Like a tongue-in-cheek, sure, I'll do it, but man, I don't like you right now.
I mean, I'm trying to imagine a situation where that takes place. Like, maybe one of Bill Cosby's accusers just, like, asked Bill Cosby... Or no, probably asked Bill Cosby's wife, just like, hey, can you go talk to those other people?
I don't want him to talk to him. Like he can talk to his brother.
Yeah.
Because just to get the information on the guy that Roman knows actually tried to kill him.
There's no hearsay on that one. He
He knew who that guy was.
Oh yeah, yeah, you knew Set. Yeah, the guy is going to agree, and man, I deleted that document off my phone. He's gonna say, I am bound by duty to help you. It says I'll look into it.
Thank you, and sorry. I can't say that with a sincere face. I make an effort to apologize, but I am not sincere. Just let him know that I'm trying to be, but I can't.
Alright. As the ocular leaves, there is a scooting of chairs. From upstairs, a man in long dark blue robes walks down the stairs, followed by another man in full plate mail armor. It's got black lines running through it. They both exit out of the door.
Did we recognize them from anybody we knew beforehand?
No, I had to scan my brain. You guys have not seen this NPC before. I'm gonna roll a percentage die for Jessica.
Let's say. Passive perception, or?
I mean, it's obvious they won't pass those.
Well, I mean, like I said, mine's a 21.
Yeah.
Put the
The only person who's seen this NPC before has been Group 1, and they didn't even care. So.
To be fair, we would have done that with 90% of the NPCs who at us.
Mm-hmm.
I like to discrepancy between Group 1 and Group 2.
Yeah.
But murder
hillbillies.
hillbillies does not give a fuck about NPCs versus, tries to be somewhat respectable and tries to hit on every NPC
That's
ever.
what you call somewhat?
We don't kill them for no reason.
Respectable. I threatened to knock a man out in the middle of a bar.
But we didn't kill him for no reason.
Well,
Yeah. Your guys's qualifier there was A, finding out if he was lying, probably would have initiated combat. And B, if you could have got the Ocular out of there, because he wasn't going to kill you guys in front of his brother. With that said, though, good job not dying. Jessica lets out a long sigh, like a very relieved sigh as they walk out, and she says, I heard their voices upstairs. I knew he had backup here.
Oh, so that's who you saw.
She shakes her head and says, I heard it between the notes of the music.
Ah.
But she turns to Brock and says, I feel like if he had known, things would have gone differently.
I'm sure it would have.
I still, like, we need to keep an eye on Krun. I trust him about as far as I can fucking throw the bastard.
I'd like to find out how far I can throw it.
But I also don't want to ruin our relationship with his brother.
You guys want to follow him?
Ooh, let's follow him.
Not Tristan.
Oh my gosh! I just forgot something, and this was a mistake on my part. So you guys can go ahead. It doesn't change anything that just happened. You guys can just go ahead and keep planning what you're planning.
So, do we want to follow Krun tonight?
Is that really the best idea?
Actually, on that, Career would say, no, not at all. Anybody turning their attention to Career, she looks terrified.
Okay,
Earlier this morning,
why are you freaking out, hun?
you were totally on board with the idea of at least hiring somebody to handle him.
I turned to a Career.
She looks at Brock and says, "No secrets, right?"
Yes.
She points to the man who left out the door and says, "The man in the robe there. I was paid to smuggle something into the city for him. I don't want anything else to do with them."
Well, do you know what that something was?
She shakes her head and says, "No, they used one of my statues."
Which statue?
Where was that statue headed?
She says it came in a riverboat, near Somia's bridge. But whatever was in it's long gone now.
We're following Krun.
She shakes her head and says, "Look, you know what I told you about the Ruby Shadow. They burned everything I own to send a message. They kill in cold blood. Whoever they are have the Ruby Shadow on a short leash. Fractus was afraid of him," she whispers.
Brock contemplates for a little bit. Curse my low intelligence score.
As a DM, I want you guys to fight him. This is just Career's character.
Yeah.
She would be terrified right now.
Freaking A. No, we're following
If what you
Krun.
say is true, then he is a wrongdoer. And it is up to us as citizens of this good land to do what we must.
Right the wrongs of the wrongdoer. You know what? This is going to be a weird thing to say, but I agree with Tristan here.
What?
This is a big moment.
In a very sarcastic turn, Tristan will look at Brock and say, I'm shocked. Just mortified.
Don't ruin this moment, buddy.
All right.
In any case, clearly the stars have aligned. This is our chosen course. I have no doubt.
Right? Nope. We are on board. The two people who are always opposite agree that tracking down Crunch is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Career would be very confused right now, because if it wasn't for Tristan picking up Brock and carrying him back to her wedding, you know, would they be married right now? But man, she's just torn. Yeah, she's going to, agree and say, in this, I can't let you walk alone.
Alright. Let's do some stalking.
Yeah, and she says, we have to be careful.
Careful isn't the thing we are.
Hey, did you guys pick a 3rd level spell for Career? Before the session, I posted 3 options for her.
I like lightning. I like haste.
I think we have enough damage output, so we don't need lightning. Besides that, I can pseudo tank as well as deal damage on a reaction.
Yeah, one of the things
reflex save.
One of the things Tristan can't do is he does not have access to the haste spell.
That is true. I do, just this level, have access to the Call Lightning spell. So even if we wanted more damage output, I could also do that. For those unfamiliar. One moment.
Call Lightning. Oh, look,
yeah.
There's no text.
I know Call Lightning in this edition. So it's gonna be Counterspell or Haste?
Counterspell sounds like it's... Oh, I don't know how well Counterspell is, but it sounds like a good spell.
Gonna give her Counterspell.
Okay, that was not helpful at all. One moment.
If you search the compendium, there should be the text for Call Lightning there. I just learned how to use the compendium this week. Yeah, you can't add it as a spell card to your character sheet, but it's all right.
I got it.
Anyways, though, yeah, you guys head out into the wintry night. The first thing you know is, like, I'm assuming this conversation takes place, you know, the 40-50 seconds between the man walking out the door and Career being terrified, and you guys decide to follow. Walking outside, in the distance, you can see the 3 separate directions. There is one torch furthest away, which you guys can assume is Krun. Headed back towards the Chantry is who you can assume to be Kiris. Then the group you walked immediately out of the door behind. While there were 2 of them, there is only now a man walking in full plate mail armor. He has no torch, and that's kind of important because a torch, just holding it next to you kind of makes you sweat. Just as illumination, it keeps you warm in, you know, situations like this. So not only is he fully armored, which in freezing weather, he's also walking around without a heat source.
Perception to see if we can find the person. See if I can notice the person that was with the armored man.
Alrighty, go ahead. You don't.
Curses.
But I'm assuming you guys move in Ataclon's or Krun's direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Krun.
Should we perhaps keep our distance for a little bit?
Well, he's a good ways away. As long as we don't gain up on him and don't lose track of him, I think we're a safe distance away.
Yeah. You guys would have to, if you were outside walking for any longer than probably 20 minutes or so, you would have to light torches, or I don't think anyone in the party has any super heavy winter gear or resistance to cold damage.
Can I walk around in my bedroll?
You can hop. Your movement speed will be 5 feet per round.
Alright. Well,
I mean, you guys have plenty of ways of keeping warm, as Career is just able to produce fire with fire bolts. Torches, of course. Just not many ways to keep warm without being seen.
yep, so, I guess we light a torch. Let's light just one torch. And have the person in front holding it. No, have the person in the back of the line holding it. That way, as it looks at it from a distance, he sees one person following him.
Okay. I mean, you guys have to pass it around to hold off the shivers. But otherwise... otherwise you're able to follow him. He goes, he leaves the palace district, heading towards Eileen. It is, he's probably been walking for almost an hour before he finally arrives at a fully lit manor inside of Eileen.
Okay. We walk up towards the manor. Sneak up. Like, I don't want to just like, hey, we're here.
Okay. Rolling stealth checks for Career, and actually I can just roll them and roll 20 for you since they're part of your party. Here's that. And oh, why is Career trained in stealth? She did grow up on the streets. So anyways, Jessica is really busy watching.
This is some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jessica's really busy watching the door, and she trips and stumbles a little bit. She's also in chainmail, so Jessica's not being very stealthy. Career, on the other hand, is... Brock's finding out some things about Career tonight. She is oddly trained in this. Or oddly proficient at this.
I don't know whether to be impressed or scared.
I mean, she did hire assassins to kidnap you.
Well, I
Instead
mean,
of her being stealthy, you've got priority issues.
Well, she's questioning her morality. She's in a good place. But yeah, otherwise you guys are able to sneak up to the house. Is Tristan sneaking up to the house? I was gonna say, Tristan sounds like the guy who would just walk up behind everybody and bash the door in.
yeah, but it was without Tristan.
Oh.
No, we did without JD being here.
By the way, as you guys have been walking, the man in full, or rather the person in full plate mail armor, has been walking in the direction of Krun. He entered this house probably maybe a minute, 2 minutes after Krun did.
Okay.
Okay. Why is the guy in full plate mail armor significant?
He terrified the shit out of Career as one of the ones who decided. This is the guy in full plate mail armor was in a robe.
No. There were two men. There was one in blue robes and one in plate mail. Career said she smuggled something into the city for the man in robes.
Okay. He's friends with the man in robes.
Yeah. As soon as you guys stepped outside, that one was gone.
So, either he's the actual ringleader, or Krun is, and he's #1 henchman.
You know what? I feel good, because I'm a cleric who can cast Hold Person, and people in plate armor typically don't have great wisdom saves. Let's do this.
Oh man, then we can unload on that guy.
Mm-hmm. You guys bust the door in?
Let's not bust the door in.
No to say.
Let's,
but,
can we go, is there a handle with which we can test to see if it is locked?
You can. Important thing to also note, this building is actually attached to the, and only Brock would know this, I believe. This building's actually attached to the barn that the black market, animal, that you guys met, the Bridgehound guy who was selling Bridgehounds on the black market. Attached to this building is a livestock trading barn.
I don't think I would know that guy, because I wasn't there for when they met the Hellhounds or whatever. That's when everybody almost died, and I was out on a date.
No, this isn't the building that the Hellhounds were kept in. This was the one that you and Jessica came to, and she posed as your little sister.
Oh, okay, that one.
You're not in that building. You notice it is attached to the same set of structures as this manor that the guy walked into.
Gotcha. That means Jessica would also know this.
Yes, she would. Jessica doesn't communicate well.
Yeah, we'd have to ask her if she...
Well, I'm not going to
She does what she's told, and she answers what she's asked.
I'm being very sneaky, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
So we tried the handle.
I'm gonna roll an evens or odds if he locked it. Odds he didn't. The handle is unlocked. How soon are you guys going into the house after the plate armored man goes in?
Well, I don't think they're going to leave the house anytime soon, so I'll give them 5 minutes to get out from the entryway.
Okay. So I'm assuming you guys put out your torch before you do go over here?
Yeah.
As you try the handle and it's unlocked, Career is going to place her hand on your hand and say, "Is this the best idea?"
You know what? We should probably look for a back entrance.
And she's gonna point back to Roman and says, "Well, no, I'm just saying, this is his fight."
Well, Roman, do you want to go in first?
I mean, if we're going to use the front door, I might as well, you know, take any arrows or knives, I guess.
She says, and we can go home then if he handles it.
No, we need to be back up. There's more than one person in there.
She
What inside or not?
She exhales. You can see her breath in the air from the night as she just goes, all right. She takes her hand off of yours.
Hold on.
Does the party head inside?
Hold up. Do we know if Kern has any spellcasting abilities?
You guys do not. You know that he is contracted with the Chantry of Discipline.
Okay. I would like to turn to anybody who has history or a similar intelligence-based skill that they're proficient with to roll something to determine whether or not this guy can cast spells. This is very important.
I mean, sure, I'll roll a history check.
I can roll a history.
Thank you, Bard.
Yeah, no, I'd totally use inspiration here if I had it.
Yeah, I was about to say, Brock's got nothing. I don't know.
Can I have career roll that?
Career has not had dealings with... Wait, why is that athletics? That should be history.
That's athletics, Brandon.
Yeah, there you go.
You blew a good roll on athletics, Brandon!
Even if it was a 15, career wouldn't know. She's had very few dealings with this.
You know what?
She
I'll
is
do
going to say, you ask career to roll the check?
I do ask if she knows anything about Kern, but then think better of it, apparently.
Yeah. So career, when she does her check, she thinks on it's like, I've never really interacted with him before. And she is going to add the tidbit to say, but that man who was guarding him earlier, when I met him, he evaporated into shadows when we were done. I don't doubt...
Did he utter an incantation before he did that?
She shakes her head.
Okay, well, I was thinking about putting an aura of silence on Roman, so that when he gets up there and grapples with things, they're perma-silenced, so spellcasters would be just, ruined. But I guess we'll just have to rely on my hold person to disable people.
Yeah.
Right,
on that 19, Tristan thinks about it, and members of the Chantry of Discipline are taught the very, very basics of spellcasting, but he didn't get a magical vibe from Krun, or at least he hasn't heard of any of the merchant contracts being magical. On the other hand, Career is magical too, and she's capable of some stuff, so it's a toss-up.
Okay, in that case, I will ask you a simple question. May I have a prepared action to cast Hold Person the moment that Roman says something vaguely offensive that sounds like it could start combat? A hyper-specific and metagamey way of trying to get a spell off before combat starts.
You can keep moving up to your speed every round, and just every round take a readied action to cast Hold Person if Roman initiates combat. Okay.
If possible, I would like to have this.
If Tristan does something, else, that is no longer his readied action, just for the time of him doing that. But in general, if it's unstated of what Tristan's doing, that's what he's doing.
Okay. And if possible, I would like to focus the Hold Person on Kern and the big guy in plate mail in a 3rd level slot, provided that they are within 30 feet of each other, as per Hold Person in a higher level slot provisions.
Alrighty. What is that, a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save. My DC is 16.
You know what? Before going in here, I want to light some incense.
Oh, okay.
I need to smell pretty.
So, good job using your guys' level on career. Let me, okay, so yeah, you guys walk inside. There are, the first floor of this, building. First, there is a hallway that, that clearly leads to... Well, no, you guys wouldn't know where it leads to. There's a hallway, to your right. There is a staircase, in the front of the building, as is common with this architecture. And there is, another hallway that leads, behind, the staircase. This is a building very similar to the Calkin office, in that this is kind of a residential area of town, and these buildings are kind of built together.
Okay.
It connects to several other structures.
I am going to roll perception to see if we can notice where Krun and his partner went off to.
Okay.
I should really get this fixed. My perception kind of sucks.
Yeah. Looking around, this room of the manor is actually lit. This particular hallway, or rather this particular entranceway, the hallway is not lit. Neither one of them are. Or rather, I'm sorry, the hallway to your right's not lit, and the staircase leading upwards is not lit.
Real quick, while we're on the topic of perception, Tristan's passive perception is 16. And as per the rules, that does apply regardless of whether or not I have a ready to action. So basically, yes. I'm still rolling higher on perception than Brock.
Yeah. You guys have
everybody rolls higher on perception than Brock does.
Yeah, you guys have a walking everything sensor with Jessica sitting at frickin' 19.
But she doesn't speak up.
But Roman has a 21. How does he have a 21?
Well, it's a 16, and then I have the observant feat.
Oh, you took the observant feat?
Yeah.
Good lord. Okay, I haven't been calculating that. Yeah.
Like, Roman knows what's up.
I'm very perceptive.
I mean, he's on a blood hunt right now.
That too.
He smells which way Krun went.
Feels in my bones. Like Spidey sense, but blood.
So, yeah, do we know which way Krun went?
On a 21, actually, that's going to be a lot better. I have not rolled weather for the 31st, actually. Yeah, so it was, it's still frigid outside, too cold for snow. And,
Been there.
yeah. I actually didn't know that for a while, that snow only happens at a, like, decent warm coldness.
It's because of where we live at.
Yeah.
Hey, since moving up to Minnesota, I've realized that that's a thing. It gets too cold for snow.
So there wasn't really much wetness tracked in. Roman sees footsteps headed towards... Roman sees footsteps headed towards the back of the house. Or just like tiny bits of dirt. By the time it gets to the hallway that leads behind the stairs, Roman would have lost the or rather the dirt would have been all off their feet by then.
But is it obviously in the direction of the hallway, or does it end just enough to where it still could be either the stairs or the hallway?
No, it looks like they went to the hallway that leads back.
Okay. I'll kind of slowly trace the the dirt I see, and then turn.
Okay. Yeah, you get to the dark hallway. You walk probably about maybe 6 steps into it, and stop as you feel a door in front of you.
Didn't they see me? Can I gesture for you guys to come?
Yeah, the rest of the party will follow you. Or at least Jessica and Career will.
Tristan is obviously preparing for a combat encounter, so he's following, because why wouldn't I follow the guy that that I have a prepared action for?
The guy that
Right. I'm going to follow as well.
I'm gonna follow behind everyone because I'm long range.
Alright, so once again, this is a decently sized manor in Aline. You get about 20 feet down this hallway before it continues forward, and there is another door on your left.
This is the only door?
It is the only door you see. There is light from around a corner from the hallway up ahead, but you can't see around the corner. And the light is very, very dim. It's not even enough to be dim light. From where you're at, you still have, you're walking in total darkness here. I think, yeah, Career has dark vision. And she's just kind of got a hand on your shoulder as you're walking forward.
And Urkus also has dark vision.
Yeah, but you can't make out what's in this hallway. She would probably point out to you that there's the door to your left, and then you'd feel it.
So I'd whisper, do we want to go through this door or around the corner?
I mean, crack open the door.
I'll try the knob.
It is unlocked. You open it?
Yeah.
As you walk into it, there is a table on the back side of the room, with several blades on it. The floor here is, stone. It is dark in this room.
Blades isn't just bladed, or
well, I take back the blades.
Weapons
Roman wouldn't see them because he's doesn't have dark vision. Urkus would see there are the hilts of daggers inside sheaths, and some are unsheathed.
Okay, but no people, just weapons on a table.
Yeah, from what you can see into the room, and of course you're still standing in the hallway. It looks like there's more to the room, but you can't see past the, the line of vision the door grants you.
Right.
You guys go down the hallway, or you turn into the room?
Well, do we want to upgrade? Well, I don't know what's in there, but I mean, in character, no. I was like, there's no people. Let's continue on. And unless somebody wants to speak up, I can't say anything.
Well, I mean, from what Brock sees, there's no people anywhere.
Okay, can I run a perception to see if I even hear anyone at all?
Yeah, you can.
Alright. 19.
19. Yeah, Urkus would probably hear the faintest shuffle of feet from the room.
Right. Well, from inside the room?
Yes. Like, he heard maybe 2 steps and then just silence.
Okay. I'll let him know. I think someone's in there.
Well, I can't see, so I'd be targeted blind.
I'll ask Career since she's near Roman if she can see.
Career nods and says, "You want me to go in there?"
Oh no, I asked if she could see, if not to go in.
Yeah. She
See the people in the room.
she nods and says, "I don't see anyone." That being said, she just looks over into the room over Roman's shoulder. This hallway is only 5 feet wide. Like, there's not a lot of space to get people to crowd around this door.
Right.
So, are we just kind of sitting here in the dark?
So far, you guys are. This hallway is unlit, by the way. There is light coming from around a corner, but it's not enough to illuminate what you guys are doing.
And we're pressed up against the door right now.
I'm assuming you are.
Okay, well, stumbling around in the dark when none of us have dark vision is monumentally stupid. So
We have 2 people with dark vision.
Yeah, but only 2. Yeah.
Is one of them leading the way?
Yes, Career's right there with Roman.
Yeah, Career has been puppeting Roman through the hallway. She's just been kind of pushing him forward with her hand on his shoulder.
She's in the eyes under the meat shield.
Okay, well, if we need it, I have the cantrip light.
I also have the cantrip light. I just didn't want to give away our presents, so I didn't cast it.
Okay.
I mean, we've essentially broken into a man's house.
Yeah, you have.
But we didn't go there guns a-blazing.
Of which he's
We didn't
supposedly
group
rich and has no servants visible. So.
Right?
This is almost more uncomfortable than the,
So, anyways, we know there's people inside there. Do we want to just kill them now, or just be on our merry way?
assuming that they're people we want dead. Okay, look, we should probably just walk in there because they probably are hearing us talking about the fact that we want to.
I mean, we're whispering all this. We're not talking out loud.
Yeah, but it's still quiet, so they should be able to hear us.
I mean, they may not be able to hear what we're saying, like, the content, but they probably can hear the, you know.
So, if we're going to walk, like, what's the best order of things?
I mean, you could go in there and use the cantrap light just to illuminate the room, just to see him.
I say the bulky, tanky cleric goes in there and casts light first, and then I will follow afterwards.
I'm pretty sure the fighter has more hit points than I do.
How many hit points do you have?
Like, I beg to differ. The fighter has kind of shit.
Yeah, your guys' tank right now is Career. She's got 16 AC and 44 HP.
I have 18 AC and 40 health. I think that makes me the tank.
and 27 health.
I have 13 AC and 30 health. I'm not going in first.
Fine, you get an excuse. You're like that guy who got turned into a cow in Emperor's New Groove. An accurate simile for how Tristan feels about Brock.
So, anyways, yeah. So, interested in with light being cast?
Not that anybody except for Career and and Irkis can see this, but Tristan rolls his eyes.
Alrighty.
Just to be sure I'm understanding it right, we're at a door, looking into a room. You said stone floor, table with blades on it, and I heard shuffling for a little bit inside.
Yes. So,
alright.
I'll move you, or actually I can just draw on where we're at right now, and I'll just show you what you see. So
I see crouching graffiti hidden penis.
Because you were talking about the hallway, and I was thinking, hold on, wait.
Yeah, wait, what's crouching graffiti hidden penis? Beautiful. Anyways, you guys have walked, if you look near the bottom of the map, I'm drawing it now, you've walked down a hallway. There is this room that Brock just opened the door to.
Roman opened that door.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Roman opened the door. He can see a table on the wall with, he can't. Career and Urkis can. The light is, or rather, I'm sorry, your guys' line of vision from the hallway is to there. That's as much of the room as you can see. And then the light is coming from down the hall. This area seems to be shedding light around the corner, but you can't see around the corner.
Alright. So we agree we're going to go into this room.
So Tristan goes in the room with and casts light. JD?
No, I just mentioned it because I thought we were just stumbling around completely blind.
Okay.
I say we go into this room. I don't know how anybody wants to go about it. Just know that I want to go in, but I don't want to go in first. Or by myself.
I mean, I can't see. So, at best, I could go first with Career right behind me.
Alright, okay, here.
But I'm leaving myself really open.
Light has to be catched on an object that's touched, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could literally be the clothes you're wearing.
Yeah, so I'm going to tap Roman's back, cast light on his arm, on his shirt, and then push him through the door.
Again, he's a glowing...
Again, he's a glowing flashlight.
Alright, does Roman allow himself to be pushed, or is Brock rolling an athletics check for that?
I mean, he did the Death Knight.
Well, I did! Multiple times. I said, I want to go in, but I don't want to go first, and nobody put up their hand.
I can't see in the dark.
Well, I made it where you can see in the dark.
Alright, so, Roman
Now
shoved
we can all see.
into this room. Give me a reflex save.
Me?
Yes. DC 8.
What's the...
Reflex is Dex.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a dexterity save. This is 5th edition.
Just a straight dex save?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you took... Alright, there you go. 11. You beat the DC. So, Roman is shoved into this room. He stumbles forward. And as he looks around, the first thing he is very aware of is 3 feet to his left. The rest of the room past the line of vision is actually a pit. It is dug out, and there is dirt. There is dirt and a whole or rather, not a hole, but the rest of the room has a much lower floor. Looking down, it goes down for maybe 12 feet, and down below there is a cage that is goes up 7 feet.
There's a 7-foot tall cage at the bottom of this crevice that's in the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Is the cage empty? Well,
You can't see.
I can't see.
Yeah, there's a metal top on the front of it, or rather on the top of it. You can see the cage. You can't see anything inside of it. Oh, you have 21 perception. Frick, you hear very, very, very slight breathing.
From the cage?
Yes.
Interesting.
You going to motion for everybody else that it's okay to go in the room?
Guys, the only thing in here is a pit and a cage.
No pendulum?
Huh?
No pendulum?
There's a pit and a cage. If anything, it's more disturbing than if there had been doors.
Well, I follow Roman into the room.
Okay.
And since it's all nice and brightly lit, I take a look around and see what I see.
See the same thing as Roman. There's there are daggers on the table next to Roman. In front of him there is a pit that is 15 feet. Well, I guess it'd actually be 7.5 feet in diameter. But no, it is a 3x3 square that goes 12 feet deep.
All right. I make my way over to the table and inspect the weapons on it.
Some of them are very thin daggers. Some have dried bits of blood on them. The others are stained with ink.
With ink?
With ink.
All right. What does it look like they were used for? Like actual killing or torture?
I mean, I'm a roll Brock and insight. He looks at it and shrugs, man. Could be either.
Daggers.
You pick one off. You pick one up off the table.
I picked the cleanest one up off the table.
Okay.
Just to inspect the quality.
As you do, you guys hear a very sharp inhale in the room. Are coming from below like a...
Cage?
Hey guys, I think there's somebody in that cage.
Do I want to know what's in that cage?
I think you want to know what's in that cage.
I don't know that.
I want to know what's in the cage.
Roman no longer hears breathing.
I set the dagger back down. Is there a way down to the pit that doesn't involve me falling and or jumping? Are there like stairs?
Yeah, there actually would be a ladder attached to it. It seems that it's got a hook attachment to the floor. Whoever used it last seemed to have left it there.
I descend down the ladder to go see what's in the cage.
Yeah, you get down there and you see the silhouette of a person standing at attention. They are holding their breath. You can't make out many of their features as the light that would illuminate them is being mostly blocked from where Roman's standing.
Hey, Roman, can you lead over the edge?
You need me to come down the ladder like halfway?
Or you just come all the way down the ladder?
I mean, if
There's a guy in here, and he looks, I don't know, scared?
I mean, I'm the only source of light. So I guess Tristan's the only one actually blind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just like it. Okay, I'll come down the ladder.
Alright, standing in the cage, at attention, is a woman in a slave collar. She has tattoos leading down the side of her neck into her clothes. You can't make out what they say from here. She is holding her breath as you guys come into vision of the cage before she finally says, "Get it over with."
One, DM. On a scale of 1 to 20, how hot is she?
On a scale of 1 to 10, she's an 8. So I guess on a scale of 1 to 20, she's a 16.
Alright. Second thing, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you. We're gonna get you out of here.
Are we?
It's a terrified woman who's obviously been tortured. Yes, we're getting her out of here.
We're on a blood mission.
I mean, you don't know why she's in the cage. But she would, just nod and say, "Wait, you're not with the slavers?"
No. And from the looks of it, you haven't had a very good time lately.
She says, "You could have fooled me. The worst is when they come in the room and I can't see them, and they make me wait before they come down here." She takes a huge deep breath, and says, "Well, I don't suppose you can bust the locks?"
What size category is the breath?
It is 4 spaces by 4 spaces.
So gargantuan.
Yeah. Takes a gargantuan deep breath.
Alright. So, I take a look at the lock, and I'm going to attempt to pick it. I don't have lockpicking tools, do I? I do not. Never mind.
Yeah. She gestures and says, if you have light and a pick, I can pick it. Or at least I can coach you on how to.
Well, does anybody have a lockpick? Anybody have a thieves kit? Anybody?
I'm a sailor.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're not the type of party you're rolling with.
Alright.
Jessica has a great sword.
Bring any of our rogue NPCs.
I'm about to say, Plan B. Hey, Jessica, can you just bust this lock?
Who's got the highest strength score in the party?
Mine's no, not mine.
Not me.
Yeah, I was about to say, Career's got a 12 in strength.
Oh man, this she's as strong as I am.
Yeah, I only roll for one set of stats for the NPCs, and then I just go with whatever they got first. Career stats are amazing.
Duly noted. Does anybody have higher than my 16?
I mean,
Jessica, maybe?
yeah, you guys see Jessica winding up at the door. She is getting ready to punch it, but
I offer her my warhammer.
yeah, she don't know how to use that. Oh wait, she might. She has levels in fighter. Yeah, she's proficient with it.
please. I was like, yeah, she's a fighter. We're proficient in everything.
Well,
As
yeah.
Jessica struggles to lift up the warhammer, you start to think to yourself, maybe you're better with it than her.
You think?
By the way, JD, Jessica's sheet is available to all of us.
Yeah, you guys have access to her character sheet.
Good to know.
It's worth noting too, she wears armor. She wears chainmail. She also has lots of monk levels.
I like how she's the inverse of Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna take a swing at this thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack roll, man. This lock has HP and resistance. Alright, so...
Oh, yeah, I'm going to use one of my Bardic Inspiration dice to help him.
Yeah.
Which is an extra D8.
I rolled minimum damage.
Yeah, so it can't run from you. You pick up your warhammer and slam it down against it. The lock just chinks against the cage. It is not broken.
I mean, that was more like a love tap than a swing, but I'll try again.
Yeah. The woman in the cage gestures and says, "This is your lockpick?" Go ahead and roll me another. Alright, so what? That rounds up to 4? Yeah, Tristan's done a total of 6 damage to this lock. Once again, a heftier chink!
I've given him a D8 to use on his damage roll.
It dents.
Can
Whenever
I
he
use
wants
your
to.
Bardic Inspiration on damage?
Yes,
rolls?
I can. I use Bardic. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can use it on any roll.
Depends on the college you went. If you went lore,
Yeah.
you can use cutting words to affect other people's roll. If you went valor, you can use Bardic Inspiration to add to damage rolls.
No, Bardic Inspiration isn't part of the college.
Yes,
No,
but
no,
your
yeah,
college
but-
modifies how you can use it.
Yeah.
Did you go lore or valor?
Never mind, you're right. I went lore.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take the Bardic Inspiration die all the same, but
Yeah, it's not going to help you here.
alright, swing number 3.
Alright, that's 3 damage. So wait, you were at 6. This on a third swing, this lock is heavily dented. It looks like it's about to break. The woman says, "We're gonna have to run after this. They're gonna hear us." And
There we
on
go.
that one, it is broken. So yeah, Tristan goes to town, breaking this lock, before finally shattering to pieces. The woman stepping out of the cage into the full light, you can see her green eyes almost reflect the light back at you guys as she walks by. She looks at the party and says, "Thank you. Bye." And she begins climbing she runs to the ladder and begins climbing it. She does not at all look human.
Are you gonna? She gonna make it out of here? I just want to turn to her and go. You probably don't want to run outside just yet. We made a lot of noise just now.
She does not heed your warning.
I would like to resume preparing an action to hold person on Krun and or the big plate mail guy.
I would also I would like to start climbing up this ladder.
You hear
and chasing
a
after her.
yelp in the hallway. We're gonna transition over to Urkus and Career. A woman sprints out of the room and runs face first into Career. The rest of the party slowly makes their way out of the hole.
So I'm guessing I'm the first one up the ladder. I'm going to turn to Career and say, "Don't you dare say that I have this effect with every woman."
Yeah, Career.
What happened?
Yeah, Career's
There's a
just
lot
like
of
rubbing
noise.
her face. Roman hears footsteps coming from down the hallway.
We need to go.
All right,
We need to go,
Career.
or we need to get ready to fight.
All right, how about this? Career, you take the woman to safety since you don't want to be here, and she's obviously petrified, scared, and ready to get the hell out. And everybody else, I guess we go to the battle positions to have this fight in the hallway.
Alright, you guys are gonna have this fight in a 5-foot hallway?
Oh,
Let's
God.
go.
We shouldn't have this fight in the hallway. We should move.
I mean, we can move back into the room where there's a giant hole in.
Or you can push forward.
Or we can push forward.
Or we can push back and, like, have them funnel into us.
I'm just saying that, like, we're not gonna have a lot of,
Yeah, but I mean, we push back to the entrance way, where they're coming at us one at a time, whereas we have the space to move around.
I'm okay with it.
You want to bottleneck them.
Yes. Yes, that's what I want to do. Are you in agreement?
I mean, that seems fine for me, trying to take them on one
the-
at a
the
time.
standard strategy than doing this in the hallway if we're gonna do this.
So I'm just going to yell very loudly, everybody retreat. That way they know that there's somebody here and they're going to start running faster so that we can get it to this thing as soon as possible.
Well, that seems smart. Anyway.
Alright, the woman, tries to, shuffle past you guys, of being the first to sprint down the hallway. You guys all run out.
Then we turn around and face the entranceway to the hallway.
Okay.
Except I told Career to go guard the woman.
And by guard the woman, and I guess Career would ask, and she's like, what do you mean guard the woman?
Well, she may have information on what's going on in here. I don't necessarily want her to get away either. But I don't want her hurt.
It's also a crime for a slave to be running around free.
That too. She'd be arrested and just brought right back here.
Career is going to struggle to grapple her, and the woman's going to roll an opposed grapple check. And
She doesn't have to grapple. She could just follow her.
well, the woman's sprinting out of here. Like, she doesn't seem to have any intention of staying. So that's why
Well,
Career's like, what do you mean guard her? She's not going to be here to guard. But that said, Career wins the grapple check. Once you guys get out of the hallway, Career jumps on this woman and pins her down. They scuffle for a moment before Career barely emerges as the victor there. Career got an 11 on that check to her 8.
While we're running, I'll ask. Well, shit, she's probably already grappled her. But I guess while we're turning around and getting ready, I'll ask her if she can try at least get a name out of her.
As you say that, the woman yells, "Nathan! Nathan! I thought you were here to rescue me. Let me go!"
We're here to rescue you. But we still need questions, so we don't want you running out in the streets alone.
I just thought we were here to kill someone.
Yeah, Brock.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up the hallway, you guys hear the clinking of plate mail, and feet are rather more feet shuffling behind that.
All right. I'm going to.
Yeah, looking in the hallway, those with dark vision see the plate-mailed figure walking here.
So
Walking fast.
So I'm going to ready action
Face
and
is past and I'm homebound.
God damn it! I was thinking that.
I'm going to ready action for hypnotic pattern as soon as everybody in that hallway gets within sight.
Okay. You don't have sight in that hallway.
Oh, no,
except
Roman's still lit.
Okay. Is
Roman's lit as fuck right now.
Yeah, is Roman just standing in the hallway? How far does he exude light?
How far does light exude?
30 bright, 30 dim, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
20, 30, same difference.
All right. Yeah, you see the man walking forward. Behind him, you hear the familiar voice of Krun as he steps towards the room, and he says, "Whew, breaking and entering into my house. That could be a capital offense."
Your door was unlocked. As I recall, you offered me an invitation. Should I want to come throw down?
Fair enough. You did. And
he-
unlike doors, an open invitation.
He nods and says, and you couldn't knock first? Send
The door
word
was open.
via servant? I hear you have one.
Say,
He's rearranging my underwear drawer at the moment.
So you're not gonna bother to ask how he knows?
I
mean,
like that.
I love the reasoning of Urkus, just being, hey, wait, let's be logical about this.
We are in a hallway getting ready to throw down, and you want to ask about trade dealings?
Witty banter, witty banter.
Like I'm fucking finding it.
Krun takes off takes off the robes he's wearing and drops them to the ground. He's got a belt with collars wrapped around it, just hanging off as loops, almost kind of looking like a chain hanging down. His buff chest is visible to you. He says, "Very well. I shall smack some sense into you."
Real quick, is the plate mail armor guy visible?
Yes, he is. He's stepping into the room.
Is it just him and
Okay,
Kron?
I'm just gonna cast hold person on them right now.
All right.
We've had a conversation.
That's wisdom save.
Yep, if they're within 30 feet of each other, I'm gonna use a 3rd level slot and target both of them.
Okay. What is your spell DC?
16.
16.
I have max wisdom.
All right. The man makes it with an amazing will save.
God.
I
And
want my money back.
Krun pauses for a second before he eventually shakes off the effects of the magic and says, "Huh, now, my offer extended to you, Roman, as a duel."
You never seem to be a guy to fight there, so I brought help. Sorry I used it.
You should tell him that he brought help too. That armor guy looks kind of intimidating.
Yeah. So
Yeah. He yells to the person behind you and says, Nathan, help kill these intruders, and you go free.
If we're still talking, I'm gonna cast Hold Person in a second level slot on the big plate mail guy again.
All right. Once again, your magic seems to just bounce off of this guy. That is a nat 20 on that save.
You need to get a refund.
All right.
Refund.
We're gonna roll initiative.
While we're rolling initiative, I'm going to turn to Nathan and go, just so you know, if we win, you're out of here too. And there's 5 of us.
At the start of combat, she's going to point to his belt and say, "But you didn't get a chance to see the cellar." Oh man, does Tristan have his bird with him? Or not Tristan, Urkus?
I would have left them outside when we went inside, but
okay.
We're not outside at this point, are we? We're still inside.
No, you're not. I'm about to draw the room you guys are in.
Okay, then yeah, no, unless we left the door open and it flies in. No. Just do a loud
pointing
whistle.
at us, saying that we didn't see or she's telling us we didn't see the cellar.
Yeah.
Yes, she told you guys you didn't see the cellar. She points
cellar
at
with an S or cellar with a C?
C.
Okay, cellar, basement. Gotcha. I was thinking like cellar, like the person who sold him the place.
Yeah.
Punch the other one.
She points to his belt when she said that, by the way.
The belt that looks like it's like has like one bunch of colors on it.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned choice for a guy that's hung out at a bar with his Oculus brother.
Right. Slaves aren't illegal though. It's just frowned upon.
It feels like the vibe I got is that, legal or not, the brother didn't know about it. Anyways. Initiative.
All right.
That thing that does things.
That's the room. You guys can go ahead and... Oh, wait. Can you see the room? Wait, before you guys roll initiative, let me pull the turn order up. So it tracks you on there.
Well, the turn order is already up on mine.
Okay, cool.
It's on it.
Yeah, it's up on mine, but it's blank.
If you select your character on the grid, and then you roll initiative, it's going to add you directly to the turn order.
Oh, well. Shoot.
There you go.
Where is my character at?
Yeah, let's see where there we go. If I click on it and then roll initiative, or?
Yeah, click your character, and then go ahead and...
Well, I already did it, though it's...
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, you can click your character, and then click roll initiative again from your character sheet, and then you can edit your initiative once it gets put on the turn order. Or at least I think I can edit it. I gotta grab an asset real quick.
I'm lost on how to actually roll initiative.
You click on the token, then click on initiative.
Oh, so click on tokens, then go to my character sheet?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I knew it. I knew if I rolled it again, I would get a shitty one.
That is what I'm fearing. Fuck.
But he said, he said he'll edit it because it's just to get it on there.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 on my first one.
I rolled a 19 or 9. I wish I rolled.
Let's see. All right. The purple, I guess I'll denote career.
Yeah, it basically just saves Brandon a couple of steps, because otherwise he'd have to select our character, then right-click, and then click Add to Turn Order, and then fill in the initiative that we rolled on the turn order.
Gotcha. This makes Brandon's life easier.
Can you edit mine so I can get my initial roll?
Do it again.
What is yours? 17?
Mine was a 17.
My initial roll was a 20.
Okay, 20. I almost put 290 for you.
He's going first!
Alright. Let me have career roll. Hopefully I don't have 2 career rental paws, and this rolls for her.
Let me see if I got this map right. So that door, I guess, facing the same direction as the stairs where we just came from?
That door leads out. That hallway is the hallway where you guys found the slave at.
Which one is that?
The hallway beside the stairs.
Oh, okay, that's the one we're finding the slaves at. All right.
Yeah. This
And
hallway
the other
here.
one...
It's
Okay,
free.
and the other one is where is another hallway, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
and that-
One hallway leads up towards the one leads in the direction of the livestock trading place. The other one leads towards where you guys just were.
Okay, and that really darker
Yes.
mark there is the door.
Yes, that's the door that you guys came in from.
Okay. Which we closed.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys can go ahead.
Darn you guys.
You guys can go ahead and arrange yourselves on the grid. Standing in front of the hallway is our... Let's see.
Who's Mad Eye Moody?
That's Taylor Moody.
Okay. He's been watching the live stream. His comments have been great.
Oh man, I gotta go back and look at it. I told Taylor to watch specifically for
I've not been
something.
paying attention.
Let's see. What else am I looking for? Oh.
Yeah, Brandon, you said this was a 5-foot hallway. Why'd you make it 10 feet?
Well, there is a foot on, or rather, there's a part on the wall where the torches and brackets are hung that you can't exactly stand next to. It's more like 7 feet.
Trying to save himself.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
We're gonna go with that.
He wants to make it hard for us.
There we
After
go.
we made his life easier, he wants to make it hard for us.
So, I mean,
This fight ain't gonna be easy. It's a deadly
Oh, no, it's
encounter
not.
for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Rip.
Yeah. I saw this coming. When he said deadly encounter, he said, we're going to follow... What's his face? I'm like, oh.
You guys-
where we left off,
you
I
guys
mentioned
actually
that-
avoided it?
Fight Ron.
You guys actually avoided it, and then you walked into it, and then you avoided it, and then you walked into it, and then I thought you guys were gonna run away with Nathan, and then you guys were
I
like, "Yeah,
thought
we're
so,
gonna bunker.
too.
That was actually
We're gonna
where I
bunker
was
down
at.
in the
Wasn't
hallway."
mentioned at all.
There's a whole like dungeon downstairs. I prepared for you guys, not like dungeon crawling, but like just encounter
Torture
in
dungeon?
general. Yeah, but you
I
guys
mean, if we
never got
murder
down
Crawl, We
there.
can still go visit it.
Well, it's because we don't have... Our lockpick was kind of loud.
Yeah, 'cause for some reason we forgot to bring our roads.
Oh, I forgot to put Nathan on this.
Nathan.
Oh, I need to move myself, don't I?
Yeah, put yourself inside the house. You're the one who wants to fight the most.
I thought I did put Nathan on there.
My bird's just outside, like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll just be out here.
Chillaxing.
I'm gonna put Nathan as this green one, but please remember she is not fancifully dressed. She is in next to rags, and she also does not look human.
You said that she had, like... No, it said green eyes, but that was it, right?
She
Yeah,
has green eyes that are reflecting more light than you thought possible.
Glowing eyes, okay.
Yeah, they are very... They are the next closest thing to glowing. They might as well be.
Don't forget to adjust mine and Ericus's initiative rolls.
Oh, I did. Let me put everybody in the order they're supposed to be. So, 13, goes
Nope, that's
first.
17.
Oh, I did put 17. I don't know how it. Let's see. Enter. Did that change it?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. What was yours? 20?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is everybody arranged properly?
Hey, real quick, we've been rolling for 3 hours, and this sounds like a pretty major boss fight.
Yeah. You want to call it here and wait?
I'm just saying, like, I had other things that I was gonna do tonight. I'm not sure if I'd be able to stick around for the whole fight. And
Okay.
it sounds like you're gonna want your cleric on deck.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I want you in your all your glory.
All right. So, you guys want to pick this up next session?
Yeah. Just take a screenshot so we know where we are.
Yeah. Well, your guys' grid's actually on a separate map, so. Oh yeah. Let me take a screenshot for the turn order.
I'm
Yeah,
really
that's
bummed
what I
the
was
little
about to say.
person didn't work.
Yeah. So. I think actually instead we will end on a cinematic moment. The man in the plate mail. The man in the plate mail is going to say, "I'm gonna have fun killing the new blood." Looking directly at Jessica, and she's going to look back at him and say, "Conan?" Very clearly recognizing him.
What?
Yeah. And we will end there for the night.
Alrighty.
He was supposed to have more voice lines earlier in the night, but y'all did pretty decent on not getting him to kill you guys in the tavern, so cool.
Delayed the inevitable.
Yeah, by the way, you guys are rolling amazing on your insight. You are just only asking to insight the things he didn't lie about.
Fucker.
He rolled a 3 on one deception check, and nobody questioned it. I was like, cool. And then you're just like, wait. What was the insight after that? Oh yeah, do you know where the ship is? Oh yeah, I know where it is. It's at the bottom of the ocean. I sunk it. Yeah, I definitely know where that is. And it's like, he didn't lie about that. I
I
forgot.
hate him. He's a Weasley bastard.
Right.
That's why we're doing
Make
this.
sure, no, but that's why we're going. That's why I'm going to beat his ugly faces.
Real quick, a couple of questions about just Roll20 in general. And this is just, for other things. But you know how you can have an NPC in our journal but not have us able to edit it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually would like to be able to see the avatars that people may or may not have selected for their characters. Like, I select avatars for my characters, and I just feel like they go unnoticed like 90% of the time. But it would also be good to get a look at anything that anybody's written for their bio, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Wait, I think I just showed Urkus to everybody. Let's see.
Well, in my bio, like early on, I had that I was Russell Renopal, and that's something that nobody else was supposed to know. So that's why that's hidden for everybody else.
Okay, I'll go through and I'll add people's groups to where people in the same group can see each other's stuff. Let's see.
And the other thing is, for our tokens on the battle grid, I actually figured out that you can go through and there are a couple of options. You can set the bars to directly correlate to the values given on the character sheet.
Okay, I remember doing that once before, but I gotta refresh myself on that. Can you do that yourself, or Do I have
we
to do that?
cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be the DM. And I understand with how large the groups are, that would take a good, like, 10 to 20 minutes for you to do that for everybody's thingies on each combat page. You can also make it visible, make, like, health bars visible for other players.
So, hold on, wait, I'm looking at it now. So, Urkus has 22 out of 22, is that your HP?
Hold on, let me look at that. I thought I didn't
It may be
update it.
updated on a sheet, but not on his icon
Yeah.
on the grid.
Yeah, it's updated on my sheet, but not on the icon.
Okay, I clicked HP, leave blank for no bar, so wait, 33. Oh, okay, there you go. I see how to do it.
Okay, yeah. And once you have it set to that, it'll just constantly reflect what's in the sheet on the journal.
Hey, yeah, I'll go through and get everybody added. I'll have some free time tomorrow to do it.
Yeah, I just find that that's really helpful for me as a DM, because that allows me to accurately see what they... Because some people don't adjust the bar on their token, but they do adjust it on their sheet.
Can confirm.
Okay.
Can also confirm.
I do it on the token.
I didn't know the token had that option.
I was
I do it
messing
on the
around
sheet.
with it. I was messing around with it like the last encounter we had.
Alright.
I think the last time I actually did it was when I was doing the stuff when I got stabbed by Set, which there was no tokens as far as I understood. It was...
Yeah,
Same
on my thing, I got somebody looking like they're dying.
It might be because you have red as theirs.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
I don't know, they might have the...
Might be using red as the.
Oh yeah, that's Tristan using red as the color.
I was using green because green is always HP and things.
Yeah,
I don't know why I was using the color I've been using.
I'm gonna set Tristan's to that, and then I can go through and set your AC and everything else. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, yeah, so XP for this session, I think I'm just gonna give everybody a solid 600 for just really good role playing. It's in there. I'm streaming right now. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, Mom.
I know, right?
Wait for the internet.
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody. I'm going to give everybody 600 for for good role playing. Man, my whole train of thought was just thrown off. Sorry. And I'm going to give Roman 200 additional just for pushing his story forward. And I think I'm going to hold my breath on Nathan. I'm not going to give you guys any bonus EXP for her yet, because you may kill her, you may not kill her. So.
Well, there's one person in our party who was very adamant about not killing her.
Yeah.
Very adamant.
Very bad.
Then you have to decide your wife or this random strange woman.
Apparently, my wife can defend herself.
Yeah, she'll decide for you.
Yeah, career is probably the most equipped for that. Other than that, I'm going to say your guys' next session is on the 8th of next month. Oof. I'm actually going to be out of town on the 8th. I may be able to squeeze in time to play while I'm out of town. But if not, do you guys want to reschedule to another day, or you want to try and push for the 8th?
I mean, if you want to try the 8th, we can try it, and if not, we can reschedule.
Okay, well,
if we do any other day, it would have to be the 7th, the 9th, or the 10th.
The 7th, the 9th, or the 10th. Okay, the 9th Sunday. The 10th is gonna
Monday,
be... Yeah, that's gonna be one of the other groups. If... I will eke out some time for the 8th. Nobody would be able to meet on the week of the 25th through the 1st?
Well, My only problem is that I have family visiting. So I don't know if...
No. Or
Okay.
like this coming week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I have work like full week.
We will shoot for the 8th then. All right, I'm going to end the broadcast there, and I'm going to take any comments, suggestions.